Hello, I'm Derek Smalls, and you're watching, or listening, or both, to Rock Shop Live with Eric Broadbent. He's the Bent Broad.
You're watching Rock Shop Live, brought to you by Stewart Travel Guitars. See the incredible stowaway travel guitar at stewartguitars.com. Microphones for Rock Shop Live are provided by Rode Microphones. Now, for Music Gear Network, here's your host, guitarist Eric Broadbent.
Hey everyone, happy Friday evening to you all. Welcome to Rock Shop Live. We are hence live. I guess I don't have to say Rock Shop Live if we're live. Rock Shop recorded or Rock Shop Live. Well, this is Rock Shop Live. Allow myself to introduce myself, says Awesome Powers. Anyways, hope everyone is well. Hopefully everyone is not going crazy from the ridiculous shopping out there. It's totally crazy. We'll be talking about that tonight. We'll probably be carrying it over tomorrow afternoon on the Butterfly and Ladybug show. So tonight we have a bunch of different things to talk about. We're going to be doing some product unboxings, products there to be unboxed. We're going to be talking about what happened to my head. We're going to be talking about our trip to Walmart today. Man, oh man. And just maybe some jamming, some guitars. I could use some de-stressing today after being out on the road and going to Walmart. Oh my God. I don't like Walmart on a good day. I especially don't like Walmart on a day when there's some kind of, pandemic going around. Crazy times. We're going to have some fun. We're going to jump into the unboxing here first, and then we're going to just kind of relax, take off, our shoes and our socks. Well, maybe not, but we'll kind of relax, let our hair down. I wish I could do that, but I can't do that anymore. And I'm going to have some fun. So we'll say hi to a bunch of people real quick before we jump into the unboxing, and then we're going to talk about some other fun stuff. We're unveiling something tonight, which we're very, very, very excited about. We put a little bit of a teaser out on our Music Gear Network. I think we put it on the Music Gear Network Facebook page, facebook.com/Music Gear Network. We put it on facebook.com/The Helix Hour. I shared it on my personal profile, which I'm friends with some people in the chat right now. I think we put it on Twitter as well too, and we threw it out on our Instagram profiles as well. It's kind of something new we're launching as of tonight. My Patreon supporters, you can see the Patreon link on the screen, got to see it first before anybody else today, just because various things they get, they got to see it first. So just a small handful of people over there in the Patreon world, but we love them to death. They mean the world to our family. So do each and every one of you in the chat. So we're launching something tonight that's going to kind of help some sales here for us, and just something I'm kind of proud of as well too. Fortunately, I am a web designer for my living, my day job, and I'm a YouTuber as a side job. For those of you that think you're going to get into YouTube and be your main job, please don't do that. Make sure you have a day job, but YouTube is my secondary job. And so we're going to be showing you something that's going to kind of go along with YouTube, something I do on YouTube that will help us grow as well too. So let's say hi to a bunch of people, then we're going to jump over into the unboxings, and we're going to have some fun. Butterfly and Ladybug show, fantastic. That's my beautiful better half, Sandra Lee. Ladybug is here herself. Mark Taylor is here. Gary Holt, Jimmy Biter, Ricky Mees, Six String Brian is here. Sonia is here. Joseph, 10 fingers and 6 strings, Richetti. Another unboxing, go back watching paint dry. That's the same thing. Okay, there you go. Awesome. Awesome. Nice to see you here as well too, Joseph. Let me see here. There's lots more than that, so you're going to miss out when you take off. And actually, if you got some paint drying videos, please share them with me because I'd love to see some paint drying videos. I have, there's lots of things that we would love to look at here. And yeah, I'd like to see some more of those. I haven't seen any paint drying videos. Please share them with me. Or better yet, share some guitar videos with me of you playing. I'd love to see that. That'd be really, really cool. Show me some videos of you shredding. RW bass player, I hate going to Walmart. Hope everyone is doing well on this Friday the 13th. Headstock Harem is here. I missed a few comments. I'm going to go backwards from the bottom up. I think I might have got everybody. Very, very nice. Okay, so let's jump over to some of the unboxings here. And we're going to start with the smaller one on the top, the one that's glowing white. And just one second, I'm just going to mention a comment here. One sec. Back to the producer. All right, so this has been sitting here for a few days. I haven't had the opportunity to get to it yet. So one of our main sponsors here, actually it's our sponsor from probably since we have probably had around, I don't even know how many subscribers we had at the time, but Rode has been with us for pretty much 3/4 of our onset onto YouTube, and we don't use anything other than Rode. I'm doing something different completely tonight too. I did this the first time, I think it was last Friday. Whenever I did it was a Saturday Night Jam. I did a broadcast a while back, and normally you guys and girls see me speaking with this here. This is a Rode Procaster, all right? So I wanted to try something a little bit different, and I got the microphone out of my face. I've got several different Rode microphones. I want to be very careful how I bring this one down. It's going to make some noise. Okay, you can see that shotgun just out of frame. Okay, probably made some noise. I'm not listening with headphones right at the moment, but I'm using the condenser, the Rode NTG5, and I had a lot of good feedback from a lot of people I really, really look up to in the music industry, especially when it comes to podcasts, microphones, sound for video people like Curtis Judd, Ray Ortega, and others as well too. And they gave me really good feedback saying that they really enjoyed that sound being in the room with you as opposed to podcast sound on a dynamic microphone. So it has its blessings and its curses. The blessings are I can be free. I don't have anything in front of my face. When I'm playing guitar, I'm going to have to make sure I mute that condenser microphone because you can probably hear that right now. It's very, very sensitive. It's great for dialogue. All right, so we're trying that. But anyways, we're going to be tonight we're going to be looking at something that's based kind of off of the NTG5. So this is a Video Mic NTG shotgun microphone. This is more for people like myself, Six-String Brian Cote, who does photography. A lot of people that are photographers want to do video and photography. This is a great on-camera or off-camera shotgun microphone. So instead of talking, let's crack into it and have a look. I'm very excited about this one because I use a lot of the Video Mic systems from Rode, Video Mic Pro, Video Mic Pro Plus, all that kind of thing. And this one was, like I mentioned earlier, was based off of their NTG5. A lot of similar features that they share. Okay, so I'm going to I'll put this off the side. I save all these boxes. I love Rode's packaging. All right, so inside we have, okay, another box instead of a box. Fortunately, we don't have to cut anymore. Oh, well packaged. I'm a big fan of Apple products as well too, and Apple I find is one of the, well, I'm sure there's many great manufacturers out there that have great packaging, but packaging is a lot to me. I think they've done a great job on this. So as we can see, we're getting closer into it. All right, so I hear some silica gel in there, and I'm trying my best not to damage the packaging too much. I feel I'm going to, but I don't want to. All right, there we go. We're getting it out. There goes the silica gel. All right, so we got the main meat and potatoes out of here. We have the Video Mic NTG. So you have a sock that comes with it. All aircraft grade aluminum. Very, very nice. The Rycote shock mount. So, I mean, you can literally shake your camera if it's on a boom stand, whatever. It's not going to transmit any of the sound through the capsule. It's also a USB-C microphone as well too. So it actually has a USB side on the side there, USB jack. So you could literally put it on your desk. This is something you don't want to speak into like this. You want to have it from a distance, aiming it somewhere towards the talent. I'm not saying I'm talented by any means. There's all your different there's high pass, low pass filters on there. There's also a safety channel, which is very, very cool. So let's say you're recording somewhere live and your talent happens to speak really, really loud and it might peak and clip. You don't want that. So what'll happen is on the left-hand side, it'll record normal. And on the right-hand side, I believe it's somewhere around minus 20 dB, somewhere in that neighborhood as a safety channel. So if someone peaks and clips, you can pull off the right channel and use that to save your butt in a pinch. And what I really love about this, I'll try to show this on the camera. It has a gain control that you can physically see. I'm gonna try to show the camera here. Watch this. Okay, there we are. And it's solid too. As I spin it, you're putting a little bit of effort into it, which is nice. You're not just like that, right? Very, very nice. So with the sock, I'll show you how that would mount on a camera. I'll put the sock back on it. There's other accessories I'll show you in a second. So I've got one of my Nikon DSLRs right here. Right? You've got your cold shoe on the top, or a hot shoe, but this is a cold shoe in this case because we're not supplying any power to it. Okay. Built in, I think it's like a lithium-ion battery, rechargeable. So there we go. We've got it on our camera now, right? And I'll show you what this has. A lot of the Rode mics as of late have enabled what they call like the auto power on, that kind of thing. All right, so that's the wrong cable. This is the cable that I want. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all our accessories in the package. Get that out of the way. So this is a 3.5 tip TRRS, tip ring sleeve. And I mean, that's maybe boring to some people, but what that is similar to your iPhones and your things like that, your headphone cables, tip ring sleeve, because a lot of times that will be left and right stereo plus a microphone, so you need those extra lines. Normally you have tip ring sleeve. All right, so we're going to have a look here. I don't even know where this one plugs in yet on this one. Okay, so we have it plugged in on the side, right there, your output jack. And on most cameras, you'll have a microphone, and if you're lucky enough to have a microphone and a headphone jack. It's very, very important to monitor your audio as you're recording, which I'm not doing right now, which is I'm a hypocrite at the moment. I'm going to run it to the camera. Now, if I've done this right, what it'll do is have auto on. So as soon as I turn on my camera, it's going to turn on the power of the microphone. And I'll tell you where that can really, really save you. Number one, there's been probably, I don't want to say multiple times, but there's been a few times where I've gone to do a video shoot for somebody. I've either pulled my camera out, go to shoot, turn on my microphone, and I forgot to charge it. That can happen. I've also turned on the camera. Microphone's not plugged in. That has happened. I've also turned on the microphone. I turned on the camera, and yeah, I guess basically not turn on the microphone. And that's where you just ruin a shoot. Your shoot is completely shot, and you can either tell the customer or the client or the freebie that you're doing, I screwed up. Sorry, man. I'm lame. I made a big mistake. Or you just make sure that never happens. So let's try this and see if we have auto on. Turn on the camera. Okay. Microphone is, let me see, this one probably not even charged yet at the moment. It normally comes charged. So that one isn't charged. Well, hang on a second. I wasn't all the way in either. Let's try this. There we go. It was. All right. Actually, it does come with a charge. Okay. So it'll take a second. It should turn off. All right. Turn the camera on. Microphone comes on. It's probably hard for you to see. I'm going to try to show you that again. Okay, so the camera is off. Okay. Camera on. Mic is on. We probably can't see that. There's slight power. So that's fantastic. We've got our gain control. And the Rycote shock mount, as you can see, I shake the camera. That's not going to translate the sound into the camera. And the cool thing is, you could take this off, and on the bottom of the mount, let's pull this out for a second, pull that off. There's a thread mount for a boom pole. So like the Rode Boom Pole Pro, which you can kind of see over here, this big hairy thing over there. That's the Rode Boom Pole Pro. Has a thread mount like that. So you can actually, boom it over your talent like this, kind of what I'm doing with the NTG5 and get fantastic audio quality. So I'm going to be pulling out some of this stuff here as well too from this unboxing, be using it in a review coming up very, very soon. But for now, we'll leave that as that, and we'll jump into the next box, which is from our friends over at Gator Cases. All right, so I'm just going to put the camera out of the way where it won't get damaged, and which is probably anywhere in this studio. And let's take a quick second and say hi to anybody else that I may have missed. I'll just check, see if there's any names I didn't say hi to. Let me see here. I'll go to the bottom and come back up. Ben Johnson's here. Let me see here. R2R3 Lockinut is here. Guitar Man 45 is here as well. Let me see here. Headstock Harem, I might have mentioned. Lars Guitars, nice to see you. And I don't think I missed anybody else. All right. Okay, so let's jump over and we're going to have a quick look at this package from Gator. I'm really excited about this because this is going to replace something here in the studio, and it's going to stand out like a beacon. It's going to be really, really, really cool. Brad Miller is here, and he says, sorry I'm late. No problem, Brad. That's all good. Bucket full of balls is here. No problem. Buy everybody around and you're all good. All right, so we're going to jump into this one here. This one came in this afternoon while I was out. I totally forgot it was coming today because I made that Walmart trek that I told you about. We'll talk about that very, very soon. And that just threw me for a crazy bucket full of balls. Court date, no court date. No court date here. Okay, we're going to jump into the Gator box. I'm just going to try to examine it, try to see where the best way to cut it open is. All right, I think I found my path. And again here, just like with the Rode unboxing here too, I'm going to be pulling some segments out of this video after the fact, and we're going to be using this for a bit of a review that we're going to be doing here shortly as well too. All right, we're almost in there. Let's see what we got. I'm telling you, this got some color. There's some color to this one for sure. You ready for some color? I've worked a lot of years on retail. I'll tell you a little simple trick. Taking heavy things out of a box, cut one end of it, flip it over, lift the box off. And at the same time, try your very, very best not to knock over a guitar or anything valuable. Your better half's knickknacks, all those kind of things. I'm literally going to pitch this box out of the way. And we have something very, very seafoamy green. Seafoamy green. Now I had the opportunity to get this in black, which would blend in to my black background amazingly, but I did not want this to blend in. I want this to stick out like a look at me kind of thing. Here we go. The retro rack from Gator Cases. Seafoam green, Velcro, pull off the front, all Velcro, several pieces of Velcro depending on what you need. Okay, we've got Velcro in there right now. All right, now I'm going to show you what this is in a moment once I pull this piece off. That is a 4U or a 4-space rack space unit. And I'm going to show you what exactly this is. And they give you several pieces of, you know, vintage Tolex, right? Or grill cloth, I should say. There's a 1-space, right? Depending on what you're going to be using. So in this case, we're going to be using a 3-space rack unit, and we're going to be actually we're not going to be using any of these, which is kind of neat. We'll still use the 4-space as a cover. So the 4-space here will double as a dust cover. All right, it's going to be on like this. That. So when I want to cover up what I'm going to be showing you in a second, I pull that off, and the thing I'm hiding underneath there is shown. All right, so I'm going to show you what it is on the website. Let's put that down for a second. Let's jump over to the website right now. So we have the Vintage Amp Vibe Rack Case 4U Seafoam Green. Now this is from Gator Cases. And what I'm going to be using this for, if we go back to the full cam for a second, you can see Helix Rack right back there. That right now is sitting in a 3 rack space unit. Helix Rack is a 3-space, approximately that high, right? And I've used that one on the road with me forever. Long before I had a Helix, way before the days of Helix. I had a Furman power conditioner in there. I had an ADA unit. I had a TC Electronics unit in there. A few different things. And I've had that case forever. That's a rack bag, and the bag is kind of pulled off of it. It's been totally destroyed, and I keep that thing back there. So right now you see Helix, and just above it, where my finger is, just below that little neon guitar from Shredleds, is a 1 rack space power supply. It's kind of like a Furman power conditioner, but there's no power conditioning. It's just more of a power bar. So I thought, do I want to get a 3 rack space unit, or do I want to get a 4? I need 3 for Helix, and I thought, instead of doing what I'm doing right now with the 1-space power bar on top, I can fit both inside the 4-space unit. So let's jump back to the website and have a look. These things are just absolutely amazing. I love them. And again, too, like I said, I could have went with the 3 and had Helix alone, but I decided to go with 4. So go back here again for a sec. Okay, so Vintage Amp Vibe Rack Case 4U Seafoam Green. Gives you some of the specs here as well, too. You're seeing it down below in the illustration there with a Kemper in it. Vintage amplifier style solid wood rack case, seafoam green, 12.5-inch depth to accommodate standard size rack mount gear. Kickstand on the bottom as we go back up. I love that, so you can tip it up, and I probably will do that. So I get the Helix turned up, like tipped up a little tiny bit. I'm not sure. And a rubber kind of mount on the bottom so you're not scratching any of your furniture or anything like that as well too. There again, rubber feet allows to sit comfortably on an amp cabinet or desk. 4U rack space for guitar amp modelers, effects, and studio equipment. Cloth-covered removable hook and loop dust cover with black, white, silver grill. Spring-loaded side handles and premium leather carry handle for lifting and loading. And rack screws are included, which is fantastic. So you don't have to go out to your local hardware store and buy all the rack screws and stuff like that as well too. So let's jump back again just to the big cam for a second, and we'll see if we can take another look at that. So I do love the vintage Tolex or the vintage screen look, right? And there's your little handle to pull it. Sadly, I won't be using these. I'll just put these aside to keep for a rainy day. These are depending if you're going to use a 2 rack space. So, I mean, technically, if you're using just 1 rack space, you want to add some other things later, you would add these to hide the rest. Or if you had a 2 rack space, you would use, or you'd use this one here, and this would be like to hide, that kind of thing. Let's grab the unit again. So I'll try and show you the kickstand on the bottom. There it is down there, right? So that'll sit up like that to tip the unit up. Feet on the bottom. Very well constructed. You may have seen me do the review. You can see just behind me here on the floor right now. That's the pedal board case for Helix that Gator sent me going on about a month back. Fantastic stuff. The stuff is very, very, it's roadworthy, ready to be thrown in the back of a truck again and again and again. Same thing with this. I would be very careful. I wouldn't want to scuff this up. For me, this is never going to leave my studio, so it's not really going to get scuffed. But again, I think that seafoam green is going to really, really show here in the studio. There's all your rack screws. I'll put the cover back on and see how it looks. The cover, I'll just throw it on from time to time as a dust cover. But when I'm live, I want the Helix back there to be shown. I don't want to hide it. But this certainly, I mean, I really could hide it and you'd look like I have some kind of a really cool tweed amplifier or some kind of a boutique amplifier at the back of the studio there. Meanwhile, I'm using Helix and it's tucked away nicely in this little guy. I think that looks awesome. I really, really do. Doesn't that look cool? All right, we'll put that down for a second. And we'll jump back over to the chat for a quick second. Let me see here. So a big, huge thank you to Gator. Gator's been really, really good to us here on the channel. Really amazing people. And we could not be happier to be working with them. So thank you so much, Gator Cases. And watch for a review to come from us very, very soon as well, too. And it's very funny. When I did the review and unboxing and demo on the pedalboard case back there, I wear slippers in the house here a lot. I'm Canadian. It's cold. It's the wintertime. And I was wearing my Darth Vader slippers. And these Darth Vader slippers are the size of snowshoes. And I didn't realize Junior was helping me shoot the video. I didn't realize my slippers were in the video. So I had to, before anyone else said anything, I had to call myself out on it. I made some like little jokes about wearing slippers. So I'll make sure when I do the unboxing, well, not the unboxing, but the review on this product, I'll make sure that I'm wearing shoes, at least in my video. I figured we get to jump on those other people before they point fingers, right? It's fun. Going backwards, Mike Gibson is here. Hi from Oz. It's Saturday morning here. Happy Saturday morning to you. And Six String Brian says, send me the board case, Eric. No problem. RW bass player says, love the seafoam green. My favorite color on the Attitude bases. Yeah, Billy Sheehan's Attitude bass. Phenomenal. I like the seafoam green too. I think it's going to look really, really nice back there. It's going to stand out just the way I wanted it to. The black right now just blends in. You do see some lights on Helix. But I think it's going to stand out very, very nice. I mean, matter of fact, let me go put it back there on the road case right now. We'll just have, or not the road case, but on my Power Cab 212 Plus. Let's have a look, see what it looks like. Yeah, that's gonna be everything I thought it was gonna be. Just it's gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be standing on top of, just above the 112 there. I think it looks really nice, and the colors don't do it justice. That's kind of looking a little bit washed out white. That's typical seafoam green. It's real nice, beautiful seafoam green. It's gonna look really, really cool. Guitar Man 45 says the same thing as well too. Will look cool. Very nice. Ladybug says super freaking cool. So just before we take off, before we jump off to another website, actually, I want to show you we just unboxed the Video Mic NTG. We'll show you that for a quick second. Let's jump over here again. Video Mic NTG from Rode. So there it is, a little bit of a better look for you. Fantastic microphone, self-powered. I really recommend this for people that want to get sound for video. What a lot of people don't realize on YouTube, people will kind of weed through some crappy video. If you have a bad webcam, not the best, whatever, they'll kind of have some patience with you. But if they have bad audio, by nature, we want to just jump off to the next video. Now, I'm not talking about live like we're doing right now. Live is very important as well too. But let's say you're doing a family video, or you're going to the zoo, or you're going here, or you're going there, doing your family videos. It's very, very important to get the best audio, especially if you're shooting with a DSLR camera. This is the ideal solution for you for sure. It sits on the top. No additional batteries. You don't have to make sure your batteries are charged. I mean, absolutely fantastic. And if you want to do like what we're doing here for YouTube, if you want to put a microphone on your desktop and have a shotgun microphone where you're not having something in your face all the time like this, it's having to be right on a microphone, you can have it from a distance. and you have a lot of freedom. It's like having wireless without being wireless, if that makes any sense. So I recommend this wholeheartedly, and I do suggest you to check out Rode.com. I'm going to show you another thing in a second here too. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about the Walmart experience, which was insane. We're probably going to greatly have Ladybug and Butterfly and Ladybug tomorrow, and Mark Taylor talk about it in extreme, because we're going to be talking about a shortage of toilet paper. I'm surprised I've even uttered those words, a shortage of toilet paper, but that's what we encountered today. But I want to show you a little something that's very, very cool as well, jumping back to a web browser on the Butterfly and Ladybug show, and that's my beautiful better half and her friends. They have a really, really cool thing. Every Friday, they have Friday Fun Flicks, and we get to watch really, really fun public domain movies, of course. We want to make sure that their copyright is respected, and all movies that they show are public domain. So this is one from last week, but it's really, really cool. We get to sit around. It's almost like, we're all kind of cooped up at home now these days, especially lately, and we get to watch some old movies that you've probably never seen before. Some of you may have. So they do that every Friday. And we had a lot of fun today as well. Today we watched The Amazing and Transparent Man, which is a lot of fun. Sometimes they're really cheesy movies. Sometimes they're really cool. But that's very, very cool. I highly suggest you check them out. So they are live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's kind of a fun way 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's a fun way to start your morning. So we'll have some fun with that. But now we're going to jump over to something else here. And we're going to do some guitar playing a little bit as well, too. I'll go back over here. So a lot of you know that I love the Line 6 Helix. I love the Line 6 Helix brand, Line 6 brand, period, bar none. Helix is my go-to device now for all of my sounds. I don't even have a guitar amplifier. And for those of you that are wondering what those are, if you're thinking, well, those look like amplifiers, those are FR, full range, flat response speaker systems, powered speakers that were made for modelers. So they give the full high fidelity sound like you'd expect to hear from your really, really good home stereo. I'm talking really good home stereo. So I don't use any traditional amplifiers anymore. So Helix has become a major part of me as a musician, as a creator, as a songwriter, anything, anywhere in between. Now, I thought, and I sell my presets on Line 6 Marketplace. Marketplace has been around for a year and a half, maybe close to 2 years after the soft launch. So all my presets are sold exclusively on Marketplace. I wanted to develop a little bit of a website where, where I could kind of not only direct people to Marketplace. Marketplace has a much better recognition than I have on the internet. So it's there. It's a portal for everybody, not just myself. A lot of other great providers of premium presets, but I wanted to find a way to get additional people to see it, and at the same time show some other things that I'm doing, and showcasing other things I'm involved in, and that kind of stuff. So I've made a little bit of a portal, which will help greatly recognize what I do. So we're going to jump over to that. This is pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of it. We launched this the other day. Soft launched it. Well, technically, this is our soft launch. Our Patreon providers, our Patreon supporters today got to see this firsthand because we like to give them, they join our team and they're part of this. There's various perks that they get, but we like to share with them before the general public. So today they got to see this, what I'm about to show you, and they also got to see a script from one of our videos. A lot of our videos, we have scripts to help us through, making the video, make sure everything is said that we want to say. And it was pretty cool today because I looked at the script and I hadn't seen the script in probably, I don't even know how long the video is now, but let's just say it was 6 months ago I shot this video. It was one of our more popular videos on the channel in 2019. It was called, So You Got a New Line 6 Helix. Now what do you do, right? So I shared the script with them, and it's just approaching 45,000 views, I think, right now, somewhere in that neighborhood. So it's doing quite well. We're very happy with that. So I shared the script and showed them this. So lots of talking aside, let's jump over, and being that I do develop websites for a living, I can do this in my spare time sometimes, right? So we're going to have a look, and we're going to jump over, and I hope you like this. We're going to go over here. So that's still the Butterfly and Ladybug show. Here we are. Line 6, helixpresets.com. Here we go. You're seeing this for the first time here in the show. So people that are Patreon supporters, there's a couple in the live chat right now. They are here. They got to see this afternoon. So what this is is basically a portal to show what I do as a kind of a creator for Helix presets. We'll scroll down. There's my mug on the homepage. If you click on that link right there, that'll take you to the marketplace. I guess I could show you that. Do that right now, right? That takes you to marketplace where all my presets are. All right, we'll go back to there for a second. We'll scroll down. So a little bit about me, what I do, blah, blah, blah. All right, so there's my presets I have. I've got the Brown Sound kind of Van Halen style presets for Helix. I've got the one for HX Stomp. Scroll down, got the one for HX Effects. And of course, if you click on Buy Now, I don't get this money directly to me. It goes through line 6. So I click on that. Okay, that'll take me right to the preset to purchase from line 6's website, right? Okay, we'll go back, scroll down. The Helix Trifecta, that is the brand new preset I just released last week, and it's doing quite well. I'm very, very happy how that's going. Some of our regulars have already purchased that, so I'm really happy with that. This is probably the preset I'll be playing for years to come. It's a 3-channel preset, clean, dirty, lead, and then if you have a Variax guitar as a bonus preset with a 4 snapshot, that gives you an acoustic guitar. So we'll continue scrolling on. I've got a 3-channel preset for Stomp. All right, tells you what I do. I build presets for each of these devices: Helix Floor, LT, and Rack, HX Stomp, HX Effects, and you'll also be seeing me doing a lot with Pod Go in the very near future as well, so stay tuned for that. Scrolling down a little bit further, we can shop for some various Line 6 products, and these are just Amazon links. It costs you nothing additional to purchase from these links, and we do get a small commission on every single purchase. I mean, if you could find hand sanitizer on Amazon with our links, we get a small commission on that, but you're not going to find any hand sanitizer. And if you can find it, I'll give you my link. But we just get a small commission, costs you nothing additional. And it's just another way to help the show. Sometimes people, they don't have the extra money to buy a t-shirt from us, but maybe they got to buy something online for their kids. Use our link, we get a couple bucks. So testimonials from some happy purchasers. And if I keep, and actually I got some testimonials down below as well too. We can scroll through these. These are people that have talked about how they've enjoyed our presets. Very, very cool as well too. I'll play this one just for a quick second, and what I'll do here is I will just grab, I'll turn my headphone on just a little bit so I can hear it, and I'll show you this very short testimonial as well too from Chris Robertson from Blackstone Cherry. Let's see if I can cue this up. You had given me some very, very nice feedback on my presets that I finally have up on Marketplace, the Van Halen one, so I want to thank you.
Came out amazing, by the way.
Amazing guitar player.
I plugged it in, but dude, it doesn't matter if I want to play Running with the Devil, or if I want to play Pound Cake, or if I want to play along with that live record, man. I wasn't familiar with the newer live stuff where it's it's really chuggy. You know? But dude, the chorusy kind of thing on Pound Cake and all that stuff, man, it's just it's spot on. And then when I plugged in, and then when I went and looked at it, I was like, I know what amp that's going to be.
Yeah.
But the way you used the compressor in it, man, was what gave it that kind of slammed, a Variac just kicked straight in the ass, man, and it was super awesome.
And the EQ was hard to nail because in the latter years of Van Halen, ever since even with the PVs, the 5150s, 5152, and then he went over to Fender, he had a tone that I call it half-cocked wah. It sounds like a wah pedal engaged a little bit. It's almost like it's in his board and he can't turn it off. Just a hint. And so it was getting that crazy mid-range, and you can turn it off if you want, but it's a honky thing, and it worked. But I appreciate that, so thank you.
It's almost like his wah was one of the automatic release ones.
Yeah,
and it just didn't release.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it had just that mid-range, and I mean, it's not my favorite tone of his over the years, but I think I duplicated it in the thing. So it's yeah.
No, you absolutely nailed those, man. I would say my favorite is the Pasadena Proud. That's the first one, right?
Yeah,
the name is right.
Yeah. It seems weird seeing the hair right now,
just because you step back and yes, it's Van Halen, but you can also play about any era classic rock and roll with that sound. Just take the reverb back a little bit.
Because it's extreme.
It's one of the better Brown Sound presets. If you wanted one just to cover all the bases, I would recommend that one. For just a good Marshall preset, I would recommend that one to people if they wanted to go purchase one.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. So there you go. That's from Chris Robinson from Blackstone Cherry. And I mean, to get an accolade like that or a compliment from somebody, is an amazing guitar player. It's very, very surreal. So we scroll down a little bit further. So there's our testimonials. We have a thing here. Watch the Helix Hour. It tells you about the Helix Hour show. There's different people. We can scroll through here and see some of the guests that have come on the show. Whoops. Let's pause that for a sec. Okay, I can go through here like this. There's arrows on the side we can navigate. I don't have everybody on here, obviously, but a few people that I've had on the show will show get to see what it's all about, that kind of thing, right? Scroll down a little further. This is kind of neat. So this was a video I was talking about. So you got a new Line 6 Helix. What do you do? So we click on that. And there's no sound at the moment, but I have to actually untoggle the mute, whatever. But it goes to show you what we have there. And then at the bottom, the legal disclaimer, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So that's it, line6helixpresets.com. So hopefully you like that. It's one of the luxuries of being a web designer. I get to do these kind of things without having to hire it out. And I don't get the luxury of doing that very often because I'm working on other people's websites. It's like the mechanic, right, that has a knock on the car. He's probably going to have that knock on the car all the time because he's fixing other people's cars. He or she, I should say. I don't want to sound, I'm sure there's some great, Ladybug is a great mechanic, so I don't want to neglect the women who knows cars better than I do. But you know what I'm trying to say. I'm always working on other people's websites, so I don't always get a chance to do mine. So we had some fun today, man. We launched the website, showed it to our Patreon people. We showed off our script to them as well, too. We're going to talk about Walmart for a quick second. I'm not going to dwell a lot on this for the sole fact that I am always one of these people. Sandra Lee will tell you, Nocturnal Butterfly will tell you that she's always like, Eric, we have to have a prep kit for a tornado or a hurricane, whatever. Here in our part of southwestern Ontario, we get more tornado warnings than we've ever had in our childhood or young adult life. A lot of them. She's like, we have to have a kit. So we finally one day packed a kit with some energy bars and bottles of water and things like that. But with all this stuff as of late, with coronavirus, COVID-19, things like that, there's been a lot of kind of unnecessary panic. But at the same time, I take it serious as well too. So like, should we go out and start getting some supplies? Should we start going to get some supplies? I'm like, no, it's all good. And we live in a very, very small town here in Ontario. We're amalgamated with a bunch of communities. So if you take all these small, little tiny towns and put them all together, we live in this community. There's maybe, I'd say, I could be wrong on this, but I'm going to say about 75,000 people. And in our little community, our little town that we live in ourselves, there's like 2,000, 2,500, maybe 3,000 people. And I apologize, I don't know that exact number. But we think there's nothing to worry about, right? And I still don't think there's anything crazy to worry about. So we're going to town today, pick up some pizza for the boy. He likes to get Domino's pizza. And we go to Walmart. And the parking lot looked like December 24th, Christmas Eve day. That's literally what it looked like. And at our Walmart in small town Ontario, I'm thinking, oh, this is not good. I told Junior, I said, this is not good. We walk in, not one shopping cart. And there's usually, when we go on any given day, 100 shopping carts. You can just pick and choose. Oh, that one's got a cup in it. Let's not get that one. That looks yucky. Let's grab another shopping cart. There were no carts. We had to wait and find a cart. So we were on a mission. We were going to pick up possibly some frozen fruit, some frozen vegetables. Obviously, we were looking for bathroom tissue. We went down to the toilet paper aisle first thing, where they have all their paper towels, bathroom tissue, all the sanitary stuff. Nothing. I mean, we see this in the United States. We see this in bigger metropolitan cities of Canada. Ghost town. I mean, literally ghost town. And we thought it was a joke. So I went and found a lady, an employee, and I said, I know this is a silly question. Any bathroom tissue? No, sold out. And she said, other cities in our surrounding area completely sold out. It was an absolute, it was a nightmare, literally a nightmare. So we stocked up on frozen fruit, frozen vegetables, some non-perishables, some health and safety things and stuff like that. But it was a nightmare. Something that, as a Canadian in a small little town, a rural town here in Canada, I never thought I'd experience it. And it was stupid. Now, after the fact, I saw a picture on Facebook tonight, and I'm not gonna slam the person behind the photo because we don't know the whole story. But it was a picture taken at the exact same Walmart, probably around the same time, it'd be slightly before I was there, in a pickup truck, tailgates down, and there must have been, I'd say, 100 packages, not 100 rolls, 100 packages of bathroom tissue, to the point where you couldn't even put the tailgate back up. And I was fuming mad about that. And then Sandra had said, well, you never know. Maybe it was for a daycare. Maybe it was for a school. Maybe it was for a restaurant. So we don't know. The person was parked illegally in a spot that wasn't even a parking spot anyway. So chances are, it doesn't look the best. But, I'm going to, throw caution to the wind and say that maybe it was someone for a daycare or something like that. So that's awesome. So I called around to all the places that would, most people would not go to rushing to. Like here in Canada, we have a thing called Canadian Tire. It started off years ago as a tire store, right? A car automotive, kind of like Murray's Auto Parts in the States and things like that. What's the other one that's big over there? I know Bell Tire and stuff like that, right? Well, Canadian Tire, we sell tires, but we sell everything else. Everything. You can buy Keurigs, you can buy blenders, you can buy barbecues, anything you want, you can buy there. You can even buy houseware stuff. So I was trying to find toilet paper at Canadian Tire. Nope. Called hardware stores in our local town. Nope. I called the drug stores in our local town and the local community. Nope. So Junior's going over to his friend's house tonight. He wants to grab a couple sodas at the variety store to take to his friend's house. And I said, I'll come in with you just in case they have any bathroom tissue. And they had about 10 packages left. And I thought, oh my God, thank God. And this is one thing, I will never be that guy. I'm not going to say, you know what, 10 packages, 10 for me. I picked up 4 and I thought, you know what, there's going to be other people that are going to be better off and worse off than me. Who knows who the next person walking in that store is that can't find anywhere else. So I was like, I'm taking 4 and 4 packages, and they were small packages, not 12, 14 pack, 24 pack rules, 4 packs of 4. So I figured we have 3 people here, we're good, right? We're not visiting Taco Bell over the next little bit, so I think we should be safe, and that's it. Whereas other people just go in and take everything that's left on the shelf. So we were able to get necessities today, get out of there, and stressful, yes, very, very stressful. But now we're here. We get to hang out with people on the internet. We do our shows, and I think a lot of people are going to be doing a lot more of this, hanging out and having some fun, playing some guitar, which we're probably going to do in a moment. But it was absolutely insane. I was so stressed coming home. I could not wait to get home and just chill. And other than doing a little bit of tiny work this weekend for a few things for some clients here and there, I'm just going to have some fun, hang with the family. Butterfly and Ladybug going to be going live tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're going to watch some with the stuff over in their show. I have a really fun show on Sunday over in the Helix Hour. We've got my good friend Chad Husky coming back again. He's been kind of a familiar face on the show. Having him over, he's got some new preset packages available on Marketplace as well. So we'll be talking to him. So it's going to be a fun weekend of YouTube all around. So I am going to throw on some headphones here in just a moment, and we'll do a little bit of guitar playing, and I'm noticing the time. We're doing pretty good on timing here. We'll probably be able to wrap up at our usual 10:30, but we're having lots of fun, and it's nice to have you join us. Let me see here. See if I'm missing anything else here. Just scroll back a tiny bit in the chat. Okay, we're probably really good. And Bobby Clipper said, hey, Eric, we had our first real run on our supermarket today in Brooklyn. I can only imagine with metropolitan cities like that, what it may be like. And we got a small taste of it today. It was absolutely insane. But I mean, a small town where we're from would not be anywhere near like what you guys and girls would experience in the bigger metropolitan cities. And I am kind of happy to be where we are as well. I'm not kind of happy. I'm very happy to be where we are because, if there is any, contagions out there of this virus, we're a little bit more isolated. Now, that does not mean that a lot of people in our town are somewhat elderly, and they may travel. They may travel, visiting people, family for overseas and things like that too. So, I mean, it could come back home, but just using common sense, right? I'll be honest, when I came back from NAMM, I had symptoms that were very, very similar. Very, very similar. And the virus was already out, but it wasn't widespread like we know. It wasn't in the media. I think earlier reports of it were originating from around December, very early January. I came back the third week of January from NAMM, and the minute I got home, I missed Sandra greatly. I got home, and I was sicker than a dog. She'll tell you, I was confined to bed for 9 days, And the very first thing I did as soon as I got home, I got in the tub with hot water. My bones ached. I had a fever like it was insane. So who knows what I had? But I do look at it very seriously, and we always take precautions. Obviously, hand washing like crazy, and you got to be careful out there. And some of our friends are in the dead center of some of this stuff as well too. I don't want to mention any names just in case we don't want to publicize it on the internet, but some of them are here. And they're kind of at ground zero in some places as well too. So we're wishing them the very, very best. And just please be careful out there. Don't panic, but at the same time, don't think it's never going to happen to me. And don't think that this is a hoax. It's not a hoax, but we can deal with this. Just use common sense, and we'll get through it. Don't be buying like 45 rolls of toilet paper, packages of toilet paper either. All right, so we got our fantastic moderators on the job. They're taking care of some riffraff over in the chat, which is great. And that's one of the nice things about this. If you're going to come here and try and troll us, you got to get past the troops, and that's very hard to do on this show. 12 cases here in Michigan. Yeah, I've been watching that. Guitar Man 45. I've been watching that. We have a few in Canada. Our Prime Minister's wife apparently has it as well too. I'm not sure the severity of it. That's the closest to us. I think Toronto and Hamilton. As far as me, there's some out in BC, and I think we had one. I don't want to quote. I think there was one death in British Columbia. That's on the far west coast of us here, over in the Pacific time zone. So I mean, one death is too many. I mean, if you look at it that way, for sure. But let's try to stay positive and focus on the positive. And I think this is a great time to spend time with family and friends. And some people are single and don't have a lot of family around. So hopefully through these online shows like this, we can all have some fun together and, connect with one another, right? And that's one of the things I like about Butterfly and Ladybug Show. We get to watch some movies together on Friday mornings, and especially the old fun movies. It's a lot of fun. So be safe out there. Be alert. Watch the reports. Make sure you're knowing, in your area who has what, that kind of stuff. And it sounds like from the president's address today, I didn't get to hear all of it. And we don't talk about politics. So I'm going to keep this very positive. We don't talk about politics here on the show. But it's Sandra called me today, and I was driving, so she was able to. I have hands-free in the car, so she was able to send me the audio through the car stereo, and I was listening to the address today, and it sounded pretty positive, and I'm very happy about that. There's going to be testing going on now and things like that, so that's fantastic, and I feel very confident. I'd like to see more of that here in Canada as well too. So let's keep our fingers crossed for good stuff. In the meantime, let's have some fun and spend some time with one another. I am going to grab some headphones. I'm going to grab a guitar. And I might as well share this as well too. This is my, and the reason why I'm showing this, just because there's an update for this. So I use a Relay G10 wireless system from Line 6, and there's a bit of a safety update with this. So if you have one of these products, visit line6.com and you will get an update letting you know that they're prompting you for some firmware updates. So visit that, just follow the instructions. It's very, very easy. You probably can't see it. I know you can't see it, but right about where my finger is pointing there, back beside the Gator case, there's a small USB cradle that this would normally plug into to charge. That's a USB thing. So you're going to take this, you're going to plug it into that cradle, bring it over to your computer, plug it in with USB. You're going to go to the Line 6 website, use the Line 6 updater software and update the firmware on this and the cradle, and then it's fixed a little issue that it had. It was just some slight overheating when it was charging on some units, not all, only some. But you know how that works. If there's only one or two out of a bunch, they still got to do a fix for that. So Line 6 team is amazing when it comes to taking care of their customers. So, but that's what I'm using tonight, and I would not be using it tonight if it wasn't a safe product. So I'm going to grab a guitar. All right, and we're going to be tuned down a half step here tonight, so we're going to be playing some of this. Okay, make sure I don't have Helix on so I don't blast your ears with any, that kind of stuff. All right, and it should be fully charged. All right, I think we're done with the knife. I should probably move that because I am very accident prone. Prone. And I do love the fact I don't have this microphone stuck in my face anymore. This is kind of nice, but I do have to remember to turn it off because you're going to probably hear this. Right? You're going to hear string clack because that microphone is very sensitive. Okay, wow. That is very sensitive. That was silica gel. That microphone is so sensitive. Listen, you hear this? That's silica gel. All right, let's see what we have for a tone here. Okay. Okay, what do we got for a level? Let's grab some. Yeah, so Brad Miller, yes, very important. Go to the website, look for the update. So what you're gonna be hearing here is that preset that I showed you earlier. If we jump back again for a quick second, go back here. We're gonna be hearing strictly this guy right here, Helix Trifecta, which is a 3-channel preset. All right. But enough of a plug. Okay, let's go find some tunes. We'll carry out the better part of the rest of the broadcast here with some live jams. Can you hear some of these? And it just makes everything jump out. Sometimes I can play better than I normally play because I have some effects. Nice. I normally can't do that. Okay, so how about we do this? Let's get some more headphone volume here. I need to be really loud in my headphone mix here. Oh my God, you should hear how loud. I'm just the acoustic. Wow. Okay, here we go. Mute and let's have some fun. Totally spoiled the moment. We have to close that. I'm going to try that again. 1 second. All right. Here we go. I have to make sure I unmute my laptop. I'm using a Mac and Windows 10 at the same time here. Here we go. Godspeed.
Overnight, 2 days in 3.
There we go. I see a comment from, I'm not sure if it was from Sandra or from somebody else. I didn't even get a notification for the show. It's not even showing up on my YouTube feed at all. That's strange. So hopefully we are live. I guess we're live because I'm seeing some people's comments here in the chat. But this happens a lot. If all of you tonight could do me a favor after the show, or you could maybe even do it now if you're careful without leaving the program, open up another tab, go to the homepage of our YouTube channel, youtube.com/musicgearnetwork, go over to the bell and click it for a second. And I mean, for those of you that are subscribed, and if those of you who haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. I promise to work really hard to keep you as a subscriber. But go over there and click that bell notification and see what it says for notifications. And I would encourage you to enable all, right? Now, we don't spam a lot. We don't like put a lot of posts out there. We don't upload a ton of videos, but we try to be consistent. And every once in a while, we'll put some posts on our community profile as well, too. So that way you don't miss anything, right? So do me a favor, go over and hit that bell and just have a look to see where your notifications are, because a lot of times either you've thought you've enabled all the notifications and maybe you did, and other times I've heard other people say that YouTube has done something crazy and it's unenabled them or you disabled them or whatever. Just to make sure, man, that microphone is sensitive. That's a truck going by. Make sure you're notified with all the notifications so you don't miss anything like that. So there we go. Hey, there's Stefan Odette. Hello, Eric. Good evening, my friend. Nice to have you here. Brad got his notification, so that's fantastic. Awesome. Let's see if we can get an elephant coming out of here. Awesome. Okay, we're good. And Stefan says, did you play the Theriault Pure Nickel 9-41? No, I have not. I'm still using the NYXL's 9-42s. But let's keep this going here for a little bit. I haven't, before I start taking off here, I got a message coming in. How do you pull off that part in the lead break? Okay, so you talking about in fantasy? If that's okay, let me see here. Let me see. Where was it at? How do you pull off the part in the lead break? So if you're talking about fantasy that I was just playing, okay, so that was that starts off with a lot of wah pedal, and I bend down to a D, and I pull the D up a full step. And then if you're talking about the other thing, I go. That's actually not even in the song, but I do that a lot because it's a Van Halen thing. But let me know in the chat later on too if I'm talking about the same parts that you're referring to. But just a lot of wah pedal on that one, and that one was kind of influenced by Slash a little bit. As far as I was at the time writing that record, I was listening to a lot of Slash and Miles Kennedy stuff. So when I do the that kind of thing, right? It's kind of fun. But you're going to hear if I play Loaded Gun tonight, believe it or not, the solo in Loaded Gun was influenced by a band you'd never expect me to admit on the show, Collective Soul. So on Loaded Gun, I do... it's a huge bend on that one. And that was from, I don't know if it was from Gel or one of those songs, right? But it was from Collective Soul. How do you pull off the part in the lead? Okay, you and I are... Yeah, so the trill with the wah part. Yeah, so there you go. You got it right. 12th fret, 11th fret, 7 and 9. So the notes are just... And then you do a big bend on the D. Instead of going... Yeah, so 12. So there you go. Brad, you and I are due for a video call sometime soon. So if you want to pick my brain and ask me to show you any of these, I'd be more than happy to. All right, so there you go. Every once in a while, those harmonics don't come out. Okay, let's try this. Why don't we try this? Speaking of Brad's here. Okay, we're gonna play some clean. I know Brad will like this one. This one is one that's tuned down a little bit. I do love these presets, not just because I built them. These are my tones I've been playing my entire life. Just Helix makes it easier for me. This is it. Here we go. All right, let's load something a little nicer. Here we go. There you go. That's a fun one to play all the time. And that sucks when you're doing a song that you just love to play and you drop your favorite guitar pick. I got a bunch of picks on my desktop, but I was playing really good with this pick. So I want to continue on with that one. And we're doing 10:04. We're doing good on time. All right. How about we drop it down to some D? There we go. There we go. How about some silence? Let's go back a record. Here we go. Silentium Astorium. Here we go. All right. All right, we'll just do a couple more here. We're getting very, very close to the 10:30 mark here. We're going to let everybody have a fantastic weekend, and we'll come back and see you all tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern with Butterfly and Ladybug. Let me see here. Where can we try something? Let me see here. All right, here's one I have not played a lot on the show. This is a drop D, and this is kind of on the Silence album. This is the one that had the most lead guitar on it, and we'll see what we can do here. There's a lot of Ace Frehley influence in this one here, so for the Kiss fans and the Ace Frehley fans, this one might suit your fancy.
I see the way you look
And there we go. Don't play that one too often. Okay, so we are at 10:18. I can probably squeeze 3 last songs. We're going to wrap up at 10:30. I'm going to play one for you right now since we're dropped down to D. Then we're going to grab out the Variax guitar, which is going to show what this acoustic can do if you have a Variax guitar. So let's try this here. We're going to keep it down into the drop D zone. Drop a D. All right. Here we go. This is a song called Runaway. Make sure the harmonics are there. If you see me pull my hands off the guitars, that's my secret to getting these harmonics. All right. All right. Good luck. Here we go. I'm telling myself good luck. That sounds so stupid. All right, we're going to mute Helix here for a second. I'm going to pull out the wireless so you don't hear any pops and squeaks and squeals. Ooh, geez, the microphone is so loud, right? Okay, we're going to grab the Variax guitar. Talk amongst yourselves here for a second. Hang on a second. Let's switch screens. We will be right back and finish off with 2 last songs. Here we go. Be right back.
Should that be louder or softer?
Bring up the mids on your chalkboard there a little bit.
Bring up the what on the what?
Turn up your mids on your chalkboard.
Okay. There it is. What we've got MXR Distortion Plus, which is I talked about a sharp sound. That really helps if I want something to be easy to pick, I'll press on that because it just sort of sharpens it up. The phase 90 script with the LED so I can tell that it's on, even though if we want to get earplugs jammed in my ears.
Yeah.
And that also helps the sharpness. the Supro Drive, which is a lot more, big, thick, kind of Leslie West, the big.
Okay, we're back. Well, mess it up. Butchered it. Okay, here we go. All right, here's for Brad Miller. Brad said he had to step out of the room a while ago, and he wanted to hear the song, so he gets to hear it now again at the tuning that he likes. So we're going to go over here. So this is using the same Helix Trifecta preset that I talked about earlier, now using a Variax guitar. So I have clean guitar. Okay. Whoops. I have dirty guitar. And I've got lead guitar. I've got acoustic guitar. You're going to hear some of that in the Loaded Gun song, which is going to be secondary to this one. So here we go. All right. Pass You By one more time. Different singer, same band, different channel, something like that. And our very last song for the evening. You're going to get to hear some acoustic guitar in here, so watch for the bridge in this song. This is that song that I said with the guitar solo was inspired by Collective Soul. Hate to admit it, but it was. I could say it was inspired by somebody else that's a much better guitar player and that all that kind of stuff. Collective Soul was in my mind at the time. All right, so you're going to hear a bridge. It's going to be... a little bit of an articulation here. You're going to hear some crazy wah coming up. All right, here goes. All right, this can be it, everybody. 10:30. We're going to wrap up right after this song. Have a fantastic and safe weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, some of you people can jump over 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to the Butterfly and Ladybug Show. Click on the link there. Not the link, but you'll see the link. She'll put her link in the chat. Please do that and have a fun discussion with Mark, Sandra Lee, and Leanne. Have a fun time tomorrow. I'll be there for sure. All right, lots of fun. And sometimes it's the language can be a little not safe for work, but it's who's working on the weekend anyways. Just be careful, monitor that. But it's fun. It's all in good fun. We'll see you there. I want to see the instant replay of that later. I lost a pick in the middle of this part. Literally, like that, I had to grab like that. I don't know how I did it. I got lucky. Hopefully the replay doesn't make me look too bad. That's awesome. All right, everybody, thank you so very, very much. Kurt Bourgeois, even top notch playing audio tonight. Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much as well too for jumping in. Everyone, have a fantastic and safe, fun weekend. Be with the family and all that good stuff. Be safe out there. Hand sanitizer. Keep your social distance. All that stuff. Just be wise, and we'll see you very, very soon. Thank you for checking out the launch of Line6HelixPresets.com tonight. Sounds like a jet fly, a big plane, big cargo plane, military plane flying over. No, it's just a truck. We live in a agricultural town, lots of trucks. See you real soon, and we'll see you also not only on Butterfly and Ladybug Show tomorrow with Leanne, Sandra, and Mark, but also over on Helix Hour, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. Pacific on Sunday, which had Husky and myself talking all kinds of cool Line 6 stuff. See you very soon, and until next time, cheers.
Hey, you're still here? Eric Jr. here, reminding you to check out our full lineup of quality merch. Available right now in the Broadstash Boutique. Quality products and fast shipping. Visit broadstash.com today.
Video production services for Rock Shop Live are provided by Design 39 Media. Visit design39media.com for all your website, photography, and video production needs. Microphones for Rock Shop Live are provided by Rode Microphones.